Yell into your mic.
I'm not yelling.
All right, there we go.
I refuse to yell.
I didn't see that. I didn't see any like level.
Fix it in the mix.
All right. Oh.
Are we there? Are we good?
Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
I'm the last drop of serotonin of Watson.
Dude, my toenails are out of control.
All right. Starting off with some strong old man gold.
Every now and I look down at them and I go...
Click clacking across the tile on your way to the bathroom. You start noticing them talons go.
Listen, I work hard to make this house a home and to catch the food that we need to survive. We're playing Majora's Mask, baby.
From now until the time that we're done.
I tried to... so this is played on genuine hardware, and it looks like ass. Just straight up. This game looks like garbage.
Why you always downgrade? Like,
look,
you're so enthusiastic to play the game, and then you have to give this preamble of like, sorry about the graphics. Yeah, that's terrifying. Regardless of resolution, that is terrifying.
Guy's face.
The gaping maw of consumerism in the 90s.
I have seen that customer, man.
Yeah.
They come in the store, and I'm just like, what happened?
What happened, man?
You were just a wreck. And I've been there, man, but you decided to come to a retail establishment. That's what I don't understand.
Well, there's a few months of being a wreck, and then there's like, no, this takes years to acquire being a wreck.
They've been working on this one, baby.
This is just who you are now.
So this is Clocktown.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask is an interesting phenomenon. It's surprising that it actually happened. Because by all rights, it should not have happened. All right, we're going to get through this. Press start.
There it is.
And I went ahead and like made my own file, but I think we need to name our own guy.
All right.
And I'm going to name him, unless you have any suggestions. I already have a name picked out. And I think you'll like it.
Is it Buttface?
It's not Buttface.
Oh, then I give up.
It is the sound that my foster dog makes when he lays down. And I think it'll fit. I didn't actually test this beforehand. Sploot.
Ooh.
Ooh, it works. That's going to be our name.
Super happy there wasn't a G on the end of that.
Oh, God.
I didn't know where it was going, man. You didn't tell me beforehand what you were doing, so I got to learn that with everybody else.
We foster dogs occasionally. Right now we're fostering a basset hound, and I'm going to talk a little bit about dog rescues and things like that. So I got some pretty strong opinions, and it's one of the few things where I have a strong opinion about, and it's probably going to make some people mad.
Really? Do people not like dogs?
No, people don't like what I think about dog breeders.
Oh, well, I think they can guess what you would have to say about them.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah, right.
So we'll leave it at that. We'll try not to be too negative.
Adopt, don't shop, kids.
At any rate, we have a basset hound now that someone bought 8 months ago and decided 8 months later, I don't want it anymore. What?
Yeah. It's that classic story that you always hear of someone getting all hot for a dog or animal of any kind, and then, oh, wouldn't you know it, they actually take work.
Yeah. And especially a breed like this that they got problems, man.
Well, there's just maintenance. There's just maintenance that you have to do, and then there's on top of that breed-specific maintenance that, yeah, can be quickly too much for people who romanticize having an animal that they just take pictures with and, you know.
This might put him on blast, but I don't care. The person named him Jelly. That was the name given to this dog whenever we got it.
All right.
And so I said, so you didn't finish his name. So I finished his name, and I said, your name is Mr. Jellybean. I'm sorry your previous owners didn't finish your name.
That is much, much better.
Mr. Jellybean's a precious angel, and whenever he goes to lay on the floor, he makes a very distinct sploot sound. You know, all his limbs splay out, and he is flat on the floor.
Yeah, you're going to put that on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Because you do have a picture of him doing that.
It's a sploot, full on.
Full on.
This is Link. This takes place after Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on N64. He goes in search of Navi.
I really wanted to go the whole game calling him Zelda. And you've already ruined it.
When I was a kid,
I wanted to piss people off so bad.
When I was a kid, my mom called him Zelda, and any game console I played, a Nintendo. Anything I played, it was Nintendo.
Yeah, my mom was in Nintendo generation too. She called him Nintendo.
That was it? All right. So I'd say this is, if I had to pick a game that is my favorite Zelda game, this is my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah?
And I know that sucks.
You fully acknowledge that it is a product of its time, and so are you.
Yeah. And that's why I like it so much.
You know what I like? That you can get this mask in Breath of the Wild.
You totally can. And Breath of the Wild is a way better game than this one.
Which I'm sure we'll say 10 years from now that the next Zelda game of that era will be way better than Breath of the Wild.
My brother in Christ, it has been 5 years since Breath of the Wild was released.
You know?
When are they coming out with another one?
You know? They put out a little DLC, I think, that then they just, you know.
I saw, no, they put out a trailer for the game, the new game, and they're like, all right, that's it. You get a 30-second bit, and
Well, that's
we're done.
why I'm not saying that that's even a thing yet, you know?
Right.
I'm just pretending that that doesn't really exist and that I didn't get super hyped for it months and months ago.
Baby, I got super hyped for it.
Oh, I still am. I mean, I still am.
So, this
You
is
can,
my favorite
melt
game,
through
though.
walls and stuff. Come on, man.
Obviously, Breath of the Wild's a better game for all reasons.
By all
for all the
metrics.
reasons.
Yeah. We acknowledge all that.
But this is my favorite one.
This is a fun game.
It sure is. And they had like 9 months to make it, maybe less. I know it was less than a year. Ocarina of Time came out, and they're like, all right, make another one. What? Yeah.
Yeah, double time.
The last one sold really well. We want more money. Make it again. So they had to use almost all of the assets from Ocarina of Time, character models and things like that.
Do you know how long it takes to get that shield in Breath of the Wild?
Oh, right.
It takes
And
so long.
we just start out with it.
So, yeah.
Do the spinnies.
Point Majora's Mask.
All right. Skull Kid, I'm coming to fuck you up.
Hey.
You stole my horse, you dick.
Oh.
I like they changed the jumping a little bit. They kind of changed the way Link looks in this a little bit.
Did they name your horse in this, or do you name your horse in this?
I think the horse already has a name in this one.
All right. Point Breath of the Wild. You name your own horse.
Right. You didn't name your horse in Ocarina of Time either. I think Breath of the Wild was probably the first one you named
I
your
think
horse.
it actually is, yeah.
Anyway, the Skull Kid stole my shit. I gotta beat him up. Children fighting children. Hilarious. Never gets old.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is where the acid kicks in.
Whoa.
I love all the theories about this game where people are like, it's not real, it's all a dream, and none of it happened, which is fair because that happens in Zelda games. There are some games where it's all a dream and it never happened. Link's Awakening, for example. Probably my second favorite Zelda game is Link's Awakening, and it didn't happen. It was all a dream.
Did you play that on Game Boy?
I did. I played on Game Boy, and most recently they played on Switch.
Ooh.
They re-released it. It's great.
Nice.
It's adorable, too.
Have you played Skyward Sword?
Yeah, I played Skyward Sword.
Oh. Do tell.
Oh, you tell me first.
I haven't.
I talked about.
I've only seen it in the little eShop.
It's fine.
Yeah, it didn't get me going.
No, It was too. It was.
So it is lackluster.
Yeah, it's fine.
Look, it's fine. We love the franchise as a whole. It's okay to have to connect with games more than others.
One of the final bosses, you fight like 7 times.
No, all right.
You just keep doing that again, and he's got little tic-tac-toes. So it's just this big, like, amorphous black blob thing with 2 little feet sticking out.
Oh,
And it's like a giant chicken, but giant black scaly chicken, and he's got 2 feet sticking out with little tic-tac-toes, and you gotta hit him, and it's just, I can't take it seriously. Looks ridiculous.
how's the final boss fight in this game?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Like, it actually kind of was a challenge for me when I was a kid.
Is it a hot take to say that I felt super overpowered by the time I got to the end of Breath of the Wild?
I mean, that's the idea, right?
But like too much for it to even be enjoyable, satisfying.
If you are completely overpowered by the end of Breath of the Wild, then you played the game correctly. And I think there is a correct way to play that game.
Well, I'm not saying that that's not as the game was intended. I'm saying is that a flaw. Does
Maybe
that to take away from your enjoyment of what you would think is supposed to be a fairly like.
Maybe a little, because there are harder parts in Breath of the Wild that aren't the final boss fight.
There you go. That's more what I'm saying.
Like when you fight your first Lionel and you're not ready.
Wow, yeah, that was intense.
That's awesome.
I avoided Lionels for like the first half of the game.
I want a final boss to feel like I'm not going to win.
Yeah, there has to be some point where you feel like, oh man, I gotta scrape together what I learned in this game or something.
There are real stakes.
Yeah,
and there
stakes.
aren't by the time you get to the final boss in Breath of the Wild, there aren't many
I
stakes.
felt like as fast as I could shoot him, that's how fast his bar was going down, and there was really no threat to me on horseback.
You get there and you're like, this steak is well done.
Right.
I don't want this.
Right?
This ain't what I want, baby. Oh, now I'm a Deku child.
Hell yeah.
Attack. I spin.
All right, that's my maybe hot take on Breath of the Wild. The final boss fight was not as satisfying.
It might not be a hot take. I don't know. I don't really look into it that much.
I don't know either. I'm just prefacing in case I get roasted.
I don't look into the opinion on Zelda games for some reason.
Yeah.
I'll look into other games and like read what people thought about it. I'll read reviews before I bought it. But with a Zelda game, when a Zelda game comes out,
We're gonna play it.
I just buy it.
We're gonna play it. As with almost everybody, that's called brand recognition, folks.
Yeah. And then I've been a little Skyward Sword hurt a little bit because it kind of sucked, but
you know what? Breath of the Wild spawned so many other games that are similar to it that it's kind of fine that the next Zelda game wasn't great because you have 50 more to choose from.
when Elden Ring came out, I was like, oh, this feels like hard Breath of the Wild.
Feels like Breath of the Wild for adults.
Kinda, yeah.
Which is not meant to be condescending, although I can understand why it was taken that way. But most Nintendo games they kind of retain a childlike wonder.
It's kind of condescending to like Dark Souls fans. They're like, no, it's not like Breath of the Wild.
All right, well, Dark Souls is like Breath of the Wild for sadomasochists. You know?
I think everybody just heard Jellybean in the background there.
Yeah.
He's just yelling, Mr. Jellybean, Mr. Sir, Sir. I think he's all right.
He'll be fine.
Probably. He's probably the first dog that I've ever had where he didn't bark at the front door, but he barks at things that he can't. Yeah, see, there he goes again.
What can he not have?
All right, Jellybean.
He wants something.
Jellybean, settle down. Oh God, I gotta go this way.
Yeah, go.
I'm all right.
All right.
So he did. God damn. Jellybean, we got to deal with this. I'll be back. I'm gonna die. Oh shit. All right.
Right into the abyss.
Hang on.
Yep, you got this.
Get out of here. Get. Going now.
Slowly sinking into the
Going
depths.
now. You don't need to eat that.
Oh,
Come here.
we're going over.
You know, that's
I'm gonna see if I can make it all the way over here. Oh, there it goes. Dead. Toad's dead.
like, I like it because it smells like pee. I'm leaving that in. Fuck it.
Welcome back. You died.
I sure did, baby. Anyway, he doesn't bark at Jellybean doesn't bark at the door getting knocked on or anything like that. He barks at things he can't have.
Yeah.
He's like a little kid.
Yeah, he just throws a little tantrum every once in a while.
Anytime that he encounters a problem, he screams at it.
It's not like he can talk.
I've decided to scream at my problems.
He only has so many ways to communicate, you know?
Next time I get an unruly customer at work, I'm just gonna yell at them.
There you go.
Like I'm not gonna.
It's important that it's not actual words.
No, I'm not gonna yell words. I'm just gonna like,
Yeah.
ah.
Like Brick and Anchorman, just loud noises.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Man, we had so many plans going into this.
We did?
I don't know.
What was your plan?
I don't have a plan. This is the first depressing thing you run into.
All right.
So there's just this little Deku scrub, right?
Mournful faces.
It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree.
It's very David Lynch dialogue. You know, just kind of wistful and existential and a little sad and a lot about the rustling of the wind in the trees. And
They just ended that sentence like a Trump supporter on Facebook.
oh,
How sad.
we don't say that around here. We don't even talk about that shit.
I did it. So I'm leaving in the episode.
You're so political.
Oh, edgy too.
Yeah.
Extra edgy, baby. I spent hours and hours and hours when I was a kid trying to get back through this door.
Oh, sure.
I would sit here. I would come back here as Goron Link. Spoiler alert, you turn into a Goron.
What?
And I would try to like roll into the corners, just trying to get through here. Because I had time when I was a child. I have time now, but I'm tired. I had energy when I was a child.
Fun fact, I almost always call them Gorgons because that's what they called the one race in Small Soldiers.
Gorgons?
Yeah.
All right. I'm into that.
So I almost always transpose the two names when I'm talking about Gorons.
Yell into your mic.
I'm not yelling.
All right, there we go.
I refuse to yell.
I didn't see that. I didn't see any like level.
Fix it in the mix.
All right. So, yeah. Anyway, I spent a lot of time trying to get back through that door because I'm like, oh, I want to see it. Kind of like an Ocarina of Time when I was a kid. There were rumors going around. There was no. Yeah, there were Player's Guide and the internet was in its
Nintendo
infancy.
Power was very much a thing.
Things like that. But like kids at school would be like, you can get to the Triforce.
Oh, there was always rumors and urban legends of these hidden glitches and levels and backtracks and all kinds of different stuff.
Some of them are true.
Some of them are true. Just enough of them are true that it makes you want to try the rest.
I stumbled upon one the other day. It was a guy playing Ocarina of Time, and he stumbled upon, I guess, a part that they left in the game that you weren't supposed to get to.
Like a developer area?
Kind of like that. And it was like a unicorn fountain.
Oh, okay.
It was super neat. I'd never seen it before. And like all these years later, I'm still finding new stuff.
You do hear that every once in a while. You see an article or something, they're still finding things in those old games.
I made the mistake of commenting on the video saying, this is really cool. I had no idea this was there. Someone replied to me saying, what are you stupid? Everybody knows about this. And I said, this is why I don't come here.
This is why people don't like this group.
This is why people don't like you. Because you're a dick. The internet collectively.
Yeah.
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
It's just gatekeeping bullshit.
Some hipsters I know, they got that tattooed on themselves. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? It's an iconic line from the game.
Sure.
I don't know. It's weird that this game is so meaningful to me and you're just sitting here going like, I mean, it's all right.
This is a fun game. It's a fun game.
He's the happy mask shop owner.
I have a few memories of renting this game as a child, but I mean, you know, we rented games every week, so
Here's one for you.
maybe if I owned it, I would have stronger feelings about it.
You might have an answer for me. I don't know.
All right.
What's a game that you rented as a child
Okay.
where you encountered the rental wall? Do you know what I mean by that?
Or they tell you that other people are waiting for it and you can't rent it anymore?
No. No, you reached a point in the game that was so difficult you couldn't get by in a weekend.
Well, that would be like 90% of the games I rented.
All right. There are games out there with certain levels.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're put
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. They're put in there to make the game impossible to play.
Well, at least for a weekend. So
Right.
they get that second week bump when you re-rent the game.
One re-rental, please. Play it
I thought
again.
you meant the wall where they were like, you've had Kirby and Dreamland long enough.
Oh well, yeah. It's called a rental for a reason. You got to give it back.
No, I mean, you can keep, I mean, you know, at the library you can renew things. That's also a deal that they do.
The Blockbuster in my town was closing, and I went there and just stocked up on games that are super expensive now.
I did that with DVDs.
Yeah.
Which are not super expensive now, but yeah, same concept.
Do you remember Movie Gallery? That was a company.
Yeah,
It was,
I knew
I think it
Movie
was like
Gallery back in
a
the day.
smaller Blockbuster.
Yeah, it was
But-
regional.
Yeah, buddy of mine worked at Movie Gallery, and they had HD DVDs and Blu-rays.
Hold on. Dawn of the first day. 72 hours remain. South Clock Town.
And now we're here. What is this squeaking behind me?
Yeah, movie gallery, family video. I always went to the one, Andy's, that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
That was my video.
Yeah, I
video
know all
place.
about that one. That one's here in town.
There's
isn't
also a Video Palace in Washington, which was weird.
it was
because-
called Movie Palace.
No, there was.
There was a Video Palace too.
I think so.
All right. There were a lot of movie stores a long time ago.
At one time, it was a pretty easy business to get into. You just bought a bunch of tapes and then started making money.
Right. People just came in and rented them because they didn't have. That was their option
Yeah.
to see a movie.
That's what there was to do.
It's on home video and you don't want to buy it. You got to go rent it. It's just the way it were. So the guy worked in Movie Gallery that I knew, still do know. Anyway, they had Blu-rays and HD DVDs, and Blu-ray was winning. So guy comes in and buys up all of their HD DVDs and says, "These belong to me now. I
right.
bought an HD DVD player. I'm gonna buy all these movies," and he did. I think he got it for like $1 a piece or something
Might
like
as
that.
well while they're still making them for that device.
So Kat spends about $600 on HD DVDs, and I want to find this guy and see if he still has them.
North Clock Town.
Here's this creep. What's this? Green clothes, white fairy,
Hey,
sir?
watch your mouth.
Could you, by chance, be a forest fairy?
Watch it.
Oh my!
I'm pretty obviously a Deku child.
My name is Tingle. Ew.
I don't like that.
I think I'm the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, though I'm already age 35, no
Are you-
fairy has come to me yet.
Are you picking up 35-year-olds in the park right now? Is that what this game is? What is happening?
They're picking up me in the park. I'm
I
35.
was gonna go on a quote-unquote hike. What?
Dude, I didn't plan this, but I'm 35 now.
The forest ranger won't be back around to these latrines in a while.
Tingle's also 35.
Tingle wants to tingle.
My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? Because you're 35, man.
You got that Peter Pan syndrome.
I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy.
That's just what my dad used to say.
Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father.
Father drinks and is angry often.
Lucky, lucky. You're so lucky to have a fairy. I know. We should be friends. Let's not.
Nope, I was taught never to be friends with 35-year-old men that I meet in the park.
Yes. In exchange, I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of my friendship. You're not going to give me the map. You're going to sell it.
Yeah, you absolutely are going to sell that to me.
Will you buy one of Tingle's maps? Hell no. I got $11, man.
Come on, dude. His clock's sewn into his shirt. Help a brother out. I hated that.
These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them. No problem, bud.
Get away from him. Yeah.
What a weirdo. All right, we got to get... oh, jeez, it's been a long time since I played this game. We got to find the lost fairy.
South Clock Town.
I was like, how problematic is this episode going to be? Fairly?
Nah.
We're all right. We know what's going on. We know the line, baby.
What?
All we got to do is say the thing.
About the FCC?
Yeah, that's it. All right, frog, fairy, there you are. Come at me, bruh. Please hear my plea. The masked skull kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to the fairy fountain in North Clocktown.
Oh, you were just there.
Guess we got to go back.
Yeah, we do.
I know where all the things are. What I like about this game, so this game is all about like rewinding time and reliving the 3 days again. We got to come back and we got to deal with this frog.
Yeah, this is one of those weird like existential time loop deals, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
You meet people, you see their storyline play out, you go back in time and they forget who you are.
Kind of like Yojimbo.
Kind of like
Oh no, sorry, not Yojimbo. Rashomon.
Oh, I was thinking more like kind of like whenever I run into somebody I went to high school with and they act like they don't know me. It's weird.
Rashomon's a Japanese film where you see the same event happen from multiple perspectives. So
Okay.
it changes the meaning of the, and, you know,
So it's a good Groundhog Day?
kind of.
All right.
Not really.
I don't know.
It's still a downer.
You have seen so many more movies than me.
I do
like-
watch movies.
What's that?
I do watch movies.
You watch movies, baby. And anytime like you bring up a movie that you really like and you quote it, I feel kind of uncultured that I haven't seen it. Because I always thought of myself as like a movie buff. I guess I'm not. I'm not nearly deep enough to be a movie buff. It feels like that sometimes. You make me feel really insecure about myself when it comes to movies. Are you gathering all that right now? We're having a moment right now.
I'm not a movie buff.
You
I'll say
absolutely
that.
are. What do you mean you're not? Are you kidding me?
No, I cannot be because I earlier today finished Patton Oswalt's
Oh
book.
God, the dogs have returned.
Have you ever read or heard about Patton Oswalt's book about movies?
No, huh? Let's hear it.
It's called Silver Screen Fiend.
You already got me beat.
And
as
it
far as,
basically-
like, things you know about that I don't know.
It basically chronicles the late 80s and most of the 90s when Patton Oswalt was seeing like a movie a day.
Okay.
So listening to him talk about
Mr.
movies
Jellybean!
is totally different.
Mr. Jellybean!
Leave him alone. Don't worry
He's
about Mr.
yelling.
Jellybean.
He's yelling
fine.
at. He's yelling at the dogs. This is what he does. This is what a basset hound does.
This is.
He yells at shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying about Patton Oswalt and all that noise, and then I heard a dog bay in the background and lost track of what you said. Try it again.
So, to hear Patton talk about the movies he saw, the ages he saw them at, and just the sheer width and breadth of his knowledge, it makes me feel about him how apparently you feel about me.
Interesting.
I'll give you a for instance. What is my favorite movie? We just talked about it earlier before we were even recording.
Oh, Eyes Without a Face.
Eyes Without a
I know
Face
that one.
is my favorite movie. Within the first 5 minutes of Patton's book, he mentioned an alternate title for that movie that I didn't know about.
Oh. Huh.
So, yeah, I felt small in that moment as well. To claim that that's my favorite movie and not know it was released in America under a different title.
I didn't know that either.
Insanity to me.
What's it called in America?
It's called Eyes Without a Face normally in America, but that is a direct translation of the French title.
Gotcha.
It was also released under... Oh, I forgot the name of it already, but it was a much more generic Dr. So-and-so's House of Horror type title
Oh, interesting.
to play as like a, B movie in the Grindhouse.
And now, Dr. Giggles 2.
Yeah,
Eyes Without a
basically.
Face.
So
That's my bag. 80s horror movies. I know all about those.
yeah. So put it into those terms. That's more what it was trying to appeal to in the 70s when it was playing in America.
So this is what I do, right? I surround myself with smart, clever, funny people, and then I steal their material, right?
That's what we all do.
Because I'm a hack.
Yeah.
And I can't help it. Like earlier today, I was like, I need a joke for this, and you just pumped one out, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
It was not hilarious.
It got me. So I'm gonna walk you through what I found. It was the aluminum cast head of Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yes.
And I said, all right, I need a joke for this for the Grams, and you say, we don't sell BMWs, but we got a Lincoln, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I would never have thought of that. That's good.
Ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. It's great.
All right.
You should be proud of yourself.
I'm just embarrassed. Move on.
We're just putting good. I'm glad. I'll embarrass you.
You just move on.
I'm not gonna move on. I'm gonna run up this slide.
Yeah, you are.
Come on, baby. Nope. Not today.
Ooh.
So we got it right.
Uh-huh.
We gotta shoot this down,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go make my dogs go away. Hang on.
That little boy seemed happy you did that.
You need to take it easy.
While he's dealing with the dogs, we're just gonna go hang out. I like the pirouetting. That's nice. I don't want to wander too far because I don't know where we're gonna go next. Still on the first day. Just hanging out in the afternoon.
I popped that kid's balloon. Fuck that kid. Let's talk to him. Are you the one who just popped that up there? No, it was some other Deku scrub.
Oh, he just call you a scrub?
Not bad for a Deku scrub. Oh, good, you're racist.
Fuck you, Left Eye.
We bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside town, where we spy on people. You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is.
Maybe I'll beat it out of you.
But don't think you're getting it that easily. I can't just tell you what the code is. You'll have to pass my test first.
Why are people like this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. All right, line up, guys.
You just gotta shoot more stuff.
I guess. If you can find all 5 of us by tomorrow morning, I'll teach you the code. What? Oh, Christ.
There's a 35-year-old fairy that I bet would love to play this game.
He's right. Where'd he go? Oh, he's got a balloon now. Of course he does.
So I bet they're all just under balloons, or what?
No, I gotta pop this guy's balloon, though, because what a freak.
Fuck this tomato-faced bastard.
There we go. They really went all in with this one.
Remember
With
playing this and
character.
being like, how much better could graphics get?
This is the best. This is as good as it gets.
I'm not even going to be able to tell soon. I'm not even going to be able to tell soon.
It's gonna be a dog-heavy episode, that's for sure.
Yeah, well.
All right, so I gotta find these children, and I guess beat them up.
Yeah.
That's what this game's all about, beating up other kids.
punching children.
You're a child, and you beat up your friends. Because, I mean, look at them. What an idiot. They're little racist punks. West Clocktown. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's one.
There are only 4 left. We have to eat the other ones.
Absolutely we do.
Come on. There's this guy just freaking out. Ah!
Very limited animation cycle there.
Yeah. He's hitting the ground. He beats the ground. I don't know what that's about.
I don't either.
I think it's a culture. It might be like some kind of Japanese thing that I'm not understanding because I'm a dumb American.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. That's a pretty big leap.
Oh, no. I'm talking about there are... What do you call them? I don't know. Like, I guess things that happen in anime where I'm like...
Oh, yeah. There's
nobody,
lots of stuff that happens in anime.
Nobody
that's
moves
not
like
real.
that. Hey, there he is. There he is. Come back here. Let me in.
See a Goron?
I'm going to get him. Hang on.
Oh, that's a door you can open.
Are we going to see a cutscene?
Ooh.
Is this going to happen? So this is an example of one of the events that just kind of occur throughout the game, and
I
you'll.
thought there was ooze coming down. You were
Get
just
it.
under a plant.
I'm terribly sorry. There are no vacancies today. We're booked solid reservations.
What? Said the
I should
mouth?
have a reservation, Goro. The name is Sploot. That's my name. Don't you have it, Goro? Mr. Sploot. Ah, I do have your reservation. Your room is our knife chamber.
Wow. What kind of place you running here?
It's your room key. Hang on, let me try and
I
get
can
lined up
hear
here.
him breathing through his mouth,
So I can-
just looking at him.
Oh, okay, he's leaving. See you, pal.
You know, just constantly.
So, real talk, we're gonna play this game in its entirety.
We sure are.
This is the game we play now.
This is 4 on the first day.
It's just gonna be hours and hours and weeks and weeks and weeks of Majora's Mask.
Of gentle but constant Majora's Mask.
I gotta find these punks. We'll see you next time.